as we make our way through this campaign. Jorge down at the back, Alberola, who currently sits P19 as we await the lights to go red here at Shanghai. All 5 lights are indeed lit. And it's pedal to the metal. And it is go, 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 go. Rob gets away very well on those medium tyres. Chesnoid, though, trying to fight him any through towards turn 1, has the tighter inside line that might favour him here. Following him through as well is Fabio in the Ferrari, and currently sat in P3. He's going to try the long way round to try and unsettle and stop Rob, who remains in second. But it's still Chesnoid Gaming. Zapso's retired. A DNF already for Zapso. The Alpine out, but Chesnoid leads here at Shanghai. Paya down the inside of Matty D13 as well as they make their way into Sector 2 proper. Chesnoid in command and out in front. Behind curve, so has forfeited any kind of DRS here at this stage. We have got to move though at the front as now Rob takes the lead, gets his nose in front coming out of turn 14 and will hold on to it as well. So Chesnoid relegated to second, so the Haas now coming under pressure from the McLaren in behind of Matty D13. So it's all starting to unfold.
Apparently Alex Gillen on 11% tyre wear on the mediums, though Gillen does also have, according to another chatter, a yellow end plate damage on their car there. Massive straight line speed from El Reguri. Clearly a bit of deployment going on there with the Red Bull powering on up towards the back of Matty D, and up the inside they go, and in the background goes the Alfa Romeo of Paya as well. And then, oh dear, bit of a moment there for Matty D coming out the exit of the hairpin, but that then just means that El Reguri now P3 in this sprint race.
To be in position for a potential fight for P2 here as they bomb down this long straight, this time in towards the hairpin. 14. There's El Rey, in comes Tom as well. Chesnoid clear up at the front end as we now see them go nose to tail, and Tom unseating El Rey. There, also now chucking it up the inside. We saw him make an aggressive move earlier on. Further back, that guy Vince as well in P6 is now curtailed through the final corner. And Paya ascends and manages to displace that guy Vince with El Rey now down in 6th.
That was brave from Paya, hanging it round the outside on a driver who we suspect might have damage at this point as well. Up the back goes Curbs. Oh dear, Curbs then just getting a bit of a touch up the back there of El Reguri. Usually I think that they wouldn't mind that much, but in this context, maybe that's not going to be so welcome. And as they go down towards the next corner then, it's going to be Curbs up in 7th place, just ahead of the Spaniard. They're going to have to be careful on their inside. I can see them in the mirrors there from the off-board shot we go. Massive rear lock-up, it looks like, for El Reguri. They're just getting it stopped up on the inside, though, wide of the apex. That's opened up the door now for M Sky Z to potentially come and have a look round too. And I think this corner, this is where we're going to see, yeah, El Rey has massive damage. You can see there the front right part of the front wing completely gone. That end plate has disappeared. That is really hurting them through that long... And there it goes! The whole wing has gone! The whole wing has gone as GB68 turned across the front of them. And I think there, with a car that was already wounded, already damaged, El Rey should have just shown the better part of valor.
Oh,
what on earth was that? Oh, for goodness sakes. That guy Vince, I'm sorry to say it, my friend, but that was utter stupidity. Why would you drive back onto the racing line when you are stationary? That is stupidity.
As they now hurtle out to the great restart already from Rob, who's already got going. He's managed to clear Chesnoid, who was struggling, I think, with a little bit of wheel spin of sorts, as they now make their way out to the final corners now. You can just see his Haas teammate, Alex Gillen, actually running out rather wide as well. Of course, we alluded to Alex Gillen's race win back at Season 1. GB68 already putting those fresh soft tyres to work and usurps Meraki heading through turn 1 straight away, Dan.
Absolutely, yep, those soft tyres are going to give him so much extra grip. The thing he's got to be careful of course, is the drivers in front are not going to have that grip available to them, and so they will be braking much earlier than he may be anticipating. But this is another one here. He gets the move done on M Sky Z. He might even get it done on the Williams in front, but that would be a very, very silly thing to do, and then, just squeeze a little bit there by Curbs, but GB then is on the warpath. Look at this then. He's just making his way through now, through the long, high-speed left-hander, shortly followed up by the one to the right, and just ahead of him here is going to be Alex Gillen then. Gillen is the one, of course, who fought for most vocally the sim damage regulations and so on, and now, as we understand, carrying a little bit of damage themselves. They've been usurped in this sprint race by GB68, as also Benjamin Daly's having a look here and there. At this point, they've got 8th place, they've got 1 point, but I'm sure they're going to be hoping for many, many more than that. Tom has already also made their way up into P2. I think this is a symptom now of those soft tyres really dying off. tough for those who've been running on them for a long time, like Chesnoid here. But we can also see then that we've got, Benjamin Daly here, P7, pushing his way forwards here. You can see in the background there, the cars all three wide coming into the corner then. And in the end, we see a bit of fighting, bumping and barging here and there, and Curbs is shuffled down the order like he's in a pack of cards.
Yeah, he certainly is. GB68, though, ascending. Infratic, though, yet 2 penalties added to his name. Obviously down in 15th, seemingly out of the race as GB goes on the hunt again. Ascends to P4 as he now dominates around the outside of Peya and is now one step away from a sprint podium here at this point. But we're going to go 3 wide as well with Tim Marduk forcing it down the inside out of turn 3. He has taken Alex Gillen as well. What a move from Tim Marduk, astounding everybody here at this stage as well, as is GB68, who dives down the inside as well, coming out of turn 6, and he'll make his way through turn 7 in a podium, sprint podium place. Tim Marduk following suit. These soft tyres are really working for these drivers right now here, Dan.
And so as we go here then, it's test radio. Tom's next, I can do it, says GB68. There we go, it's no longer test radio, it's GB68. Come on now then, GB, get yourself alongside, son. He's there, he's later on the brakes, and that then is GB68 up into P2 for this sprint race. But the driver has put barely a foot wrong. It's coming through the final turn now. Rob will take victory, and in third place will not be Benjamin Daly after a heroic late race drive, but instead Tom da Bomb.
Yeah, a debut victory here for Rob, who manages to take it here at China, here in sprint race form, and now coming off the back of what he achieved back in F2, he's done it again in F1. It's Rob the victor here in the Shanghai sprint race. A truly remarkable performance. A very reasonable first sector indeed, a 23.712, which is in fact a few tenths faster than Dave Gaming, who currently sits in second. Tom, no doubt, going to the top with a 130.525, but Tim Marduk has just upped the ante in his own right and has just taken the purple first sector now away from Tom 97. So our current championship leader currently sat P10 in the standings. There is our current live standings in terms of the championship side of things. 78 points to Tim Marduk at the head of the title race. As now watching MSkyZ make his way around this time. A 27-1 on part of Tim Marduk is a personal best in Sector 2 as well. That first sector could be the difference maker as he now makes his way down this very long straight, one of the longest straights you'll see in Formula 1 in fact, as he now opens up the DRS and hurtles down towards turn 14, brushing past some of the cars that are out on cool down and of course out laps as well. There's now Tim Marduk, the Aussie, of course already a race winner this campaign, has in fact been on the podium in 3 different positions already since the start of the season. Brazil coming second, Japan coming third. Is he going to put himself to the top this time here at China? He'll go second fastest, just under, or just over, should I say, 0.3 of a second away from Tom 97. MSkyZ, second in the title race as well. Goes fastest of anybody with a brilliant time indeed. Going purple in that second sector. Personal bests in Sector 1 and Sector 3. SkyZ hitting the heights at the top of these standings right now. Coming through 15 and 16. Let's see what the Alfa Romeo Sauber can initialize onto this timing screen. Can he go closer to MSkyZ? He does, in fact, 4th fastest. Good lap indeed for him. Tom 97 still remains second. Tim Marduk in third. A few other cars improving on their laps. Chesnoid being one of them, as well as Tom 97, who has ushered in PBs in Sectors 1 and Sectors 2. So likely going to be a threat here to MSkyZ up at the front as he now comes across the line. Does go fastest, but that will be for a brief moment. He went purple in Sector 3. I can tell you that MSkyZ has gone purple in the first sector. So he is looking to improve yet again. Here comes Infratic, of course, very much involved as he now goes into the top 10 in trying to obtain Tim Marduk a very successful run in our sprint race earlier on. We heard the comments from MSkyZ earlier as now we witness Matty D13 make his way out of the hairpin. MSkyZ, like I said, went fastest in the first 2 sectors in his final run. Here comes Matty D13 now towards the line. He jumps into the top 10, 9th fastest, goes to the McLaren. Rob, though, running very wide on the exit, coming out of 15 and 16. He'll remain 7th fastest, but all eyes on MSkyZ. Personal bests in the 1st and 2nd sector. I can tell you Noiguera's gone purple. SkyZ goes fastest, but Noiguera has gone purple in the first 2 sectors, looking for an improvement. Here comes Tim Etmardik. Alex Gillen, his rival, goes 3rd fastest. Tim Etmardik can't improve from 4th. Stays in 4th. Noiguera now to the top after setting an initial purple 1st and 2nd sector. He has now pushed MSkyZ off the top, who has now been relegated to 2nd. Noiguera now fastest. Here comes Hayden Gullis. He can only go 16th fastest. Penn, though, has already finished his lap. He's currently 8th fastest. It's Noiguera who goes fastest of anybody. He's on pole for this Shanghai race in the EA F1 Creator Series. And it's pedal to the metal, and it is go, 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 go. Noiguera gets away well, so does MSkyZ. They run in side by side through turn 1. SkyZ sticking to that inside. It will work out for him through the second part of this corner as he makes his way through turn 2. Turn 3 coming up next, but Noiguera with the favourable inside, but it'll mean nothing heading down the long stretch, or at least for Noiguera. It will maintain the lead for him, but contact between Gillen and SkyZ as they make their way out of turn 4 through towards turn 5. It's Noiguera who leads, and immediately down the inside comes El Reguiri. He and SkyZ make contact. That is something we've seen time and time again through the course of the Creator Series. Luckily enough, though, no casualties. It's Noiguera who leads, Gillen 2nd, MSkyZ in 3rd.
I think that with the Alex Gillen and, oh crikey, look at this, Alex Gillen takes the lead away from Noiguera there. Well, that was easily done, but just back to finish the point, MSkyZ and Alex Gillen, I think that SkyZ was maybe just a bit too eager on the throttle and on the overtake button, and then had an oversteer moment. I don't think that there was contact between them that caused the sideways moment for MSkyZ, but that's the gut reaction. I would need to see a replay to be absolutely certain. It's not particularly high race IQ, if we're being completely honest. If you're going to want to overtake somebody, you're going to want to do so in a way
DRS.
that is going to be... there you go, exactly, yeah. So the driver's lost DRS. Now, that just means that there's a potential likelihood that you could lose DRS on the car in front as well if they're able to power on up the road and get away from the pair of you. But as you can see there, then, that's an example of that, where the move is done in a proper place, and, oh, that... El Rey, that was not particularly sportsmanlike. That was not a good move there to force another driver off the circuit, all 4 wheels. That's not very good at all there from them. Tom now complaining that the Alpine team did not replace their front wing. Well, it's Alpine. Can we really be expecting anything more from them?
He did have the chance to break it earlier on, but MSkyZ having that DRS that he had has obviously allowed him to not only break past Noiguera as he did, also protecting from El Reguiri, but now he's going to have a punt here at Alex Gillen for a chance of taking the lead here at Shanghai, and MSkyZ will ascend upwards and onwards here at the lead of the race, at the forefront of everything here in this 20 string of drivers that we have here racing around this circuit here at China. But Alex Gillen now immediately with DRS open himself is now going to look to try and plunge in on the attack round the outside through turn 1 with the grip on the soft prevailing for him here, as now the former Creator Series champion now looks to reign out in front. But back comes SkyZ, who takes the outside line through turn 3. The Alfa Romeo and the Haas dueling it out here in the initial sector here at China. They remain side by side. SkyZ defiant, maintains the lead of the race. Gillen threatening again, heading through the next right at turn 6. Can't quite tag him back, but a fantastic battle between 2 classy drivers. It's in El Rey's interest here at this point to try and dispatch Alex ASAP, but opting to remain in behind. Someone who is not opted to remain in behind, though, is Tom97, who is very keen to make the moves and has in fact managed to displace Meraki for that 5th spot. So a great move from Tom97, who is now going to push onwards and try and hunt down Noiguera. Remember, Tom97 also on hard tyres, so this is working out brilliantly for him. And he now launches ahead after Noiguera this time. Outside line through turn 1, can't quite find it, but a beautiful switch back there from Tom97. Martinez now opting to launch it through turn 3, through turn 4. Can he get the traction on the exit of the corner to try and tackle this time the Mercedes and Noiguera? He has got the power, he has got the energy, he's got it all. The hard tyres working for him in towards turn 6. Noiguera late on the brakes, runs out wide, and very nearly caught napping was Martinez on the back of El Reguiri. This will very much be the kryptonite to Alex Gillen's tactic of going early on the softs instead, as we now see Gillen dropping back time after time, already suggesting that his tyres have gone off, and this is an illustration as to how badly they are performing right now. He's just lost 2 places, with El Rey moving up to second, Tom 97 up to third. It is truly a horror story right now for Alex Gillen, who here on lap 12 now sits in P4, losing time after time. Noigueira's chasing him down as they now hurtle through towards turn 1. Alex Gillen deciding, though, judging from the team radio, I'm going to stay out and wait for a safety car. That's a bold ask, as now we see a Tom 97 immediately down the inside of El Rey Guri, who misses the apex coming through turn 2 out of turn 3.
On Tom 97 this lap, and Tom 97 does pit. He almost does a Lewis Hamilton as he does so, but he manages to get it into the pit lane anyway. And yeah, interesting that the hards are coming off before the mediums.
Managed to jump ahead of Meraki. He's now looking to try and take down Noigueira this time around as well. Obviously, those in the top 4 who were in the top 4, I should say, must be looking to pit now, I'm sure, sooner rather than later. Alex Gillen now up into 3rd place. Noigueira with still Meraki in behind there. Skyzy, he's remaining out on track. In comes El Rey Guri. So obviously now spying this as an opportunity to come in and relinquish those medium tyres and move on to a fresher set of tyres. And I don't think he'll be alone, because in comes Meraki with him as well, who will now look to bail off those hards.
Able to gain an enormous amount of time on everyone else, because they've got to go through the pit lane for an additional stop. And oh dear, Rob! Well, they say unstop Rob. Oh. Apparently the way to stop him is to get him to spin just before you get onto the back straight.
Yeah, Skyzy coming into the pits as well. So here we have it. Our leader comes in. Alex Gillen will now take the lead of the race.
Hard tyres.
And hard tyres applied. Skyzy going for the one-stop. Dan, you are the prophet, sir. Got 2 more corners to take as they come out of turn 12 and turn 13. The long straight to come. DRS will be useful here for Skyzy to try and dispatch El Rey Guri in a straight line. The rear light flashing on part of the Red Bull as they look to go wheel to wheel, heading through towards turn 14. A great chance here for Skyzy, who takes it immediately, heading down in towards the apex. He will take second. Here comes Tiamat Marduk in 6th, soon to be 5th. Just look at the gap they managed to close on Noigueira. That is a sensational gap that they've managed to close. Remember, it was 2.6. Very quickly, it's led to Tiamat Marduk being moved up to 5th. Did Noigueira have an issue, do we think, Dan? This battle accruing as now Skyzy looks to try and close up on Tom 97. A great chance here now for Skyzy to take this lead away from Tom 97. He'll now look to try and utilise the power of the DRS, the slipstream in his favour, as now we see Tom 97 defending to the inside, heading down through towards turn 14. There's nothing he can do about it. Skyzy, with that straight line speed, has applied him so much through the start, the initial stint in the first echelons of this race. He has now retaken the lead, stamped his authority here at China, and looks set to become a 2-time race winner this season. But first of all, there's plenty of laps still to go, 17 in fact, before he can even get to the end. It's going to be an almighty struggle, and into the pits he comes. So a very late call here for Tom 97. That's bold, it's brave. The big question is it brilliant? Heading down this long straight now, DRS will open up here for Meraki, and he will no doubt use it here. Has no need to use the overtake, despite the very little energy. He won't need it. He's going to look to the outside, and certainly no defense applied from Tom 97. Probably applied his brakes a little earlier than anticipated. Tiamat Marduk now coming in, not a surprise, because the time was not coming down between he and Alex Gillen in a very quick fashion as Jorge Albarola's retired. So we got a DNF, a caution in sector 1 and 3. Is he in the pits? I think he might be. Yes, he is. He's retired in the pit lane, so no concerns of a safety car. But Jorge Albarola, feeling that his day is done, he's out of the race.
And they're going to be passed there straight away. DRS detection is all the way back there. So that means that there's no risk to Tom 97 doing that, other than the risk of just potentially losing the car. But now then, they'll get to the line. DRS will open for the Williams and for the McLaren, but not for the Haas. And so as they go storming their way down the back straight here, is there going to be a late dive from Jake? No, not this time. So easy DRS passes then for both those cars. Alex Gillen shuffled off of the podium, and that then means that they've now got El Rey Guri behind them. 3.6 seconds is the gap, and that is rapidly coming down as Alex lifts out of the throttle more than they would like.
Tom 97 is a man on a mission and is looking to upset the balance of this race for Sky. He could yet do it. El Rey Giri also on the attack for third as well, getting right on the rear of Meraki, who is not energy saving this time, but it might be too little too late. Here comes El Rey Giri on the softs, up to third, does the Spanish guard, moves down into turn 14. He'll ascend out of it now. He's on the podium. Can he hold it? Sky might not be holding to P1 much longer. Tom 97 now only 2.3 seconds away from ascending to the race lead.
Of course, you can see both cars here massively lacking in terms of their ERS deployment. There's the flashing light on the back of Sky's car, but then you can also see there the battery charge on the steering wheel of Tom 97 is incredibly low as well. He's using it regardless. He's powering out that last corner before the start-finish, the back straight, I should say. Now with the RS open, this should be an easy move. Moves to the left-hand side. He gets the move done. He moves ahead of Sky's, and now does the Frenchman have anything in his locker? Not this time. Not into the final hairpin. What about the final corner? It doesn't seem to be. It's not going to be the day of Vive la France, but instead it's going to be Viva España as Tom Martinez comes through the final corner and across the line to win the Chinese Grand Prix.
Incredible, for the first time he'll win at China, our third time we've raced here in Creator Series history. No doubt one of the most bizarre finishes, one of the most bizarre races we have ever seen in the F1 Creator Series, and Tom 97 with a well-managed strategy, a well-managed performance, given the fact that fuel became a factor in the dying laps. He took full advantage, he took him on the final lap, through the final sector. Sky did not have enough to hang on. A one-stop strategy that would not garner in P1 on this occasion. It would be Martinez who takes the ultimate spoils here at the Chinese Grand Prix here in the EA F1 Creator Series. A great opportunity now for him to put a stranglehold in his own right on this championship, despite missing one race so far this campaign back at Japan. That's his second podium this campaign, on top of the Interspole and the P2 and pole position overall that he achieved at our fan-voted race last time out. What a performance from Tom Martinez. Meraki finishing in third as well, but that will go down, in my view, in history. It was quiet in portions, but the greatest finale we have ever seen in an EA F1 Creator Series race.